All right, welcome back to Walden's World. I've got a, whatever it is, deep fill, quiet wash, and the stupid thing ain't draining no more. It's full of water right now. And as you'll hear, I'm guessing this has got one of those pumps, kind of like a fish tank. Got a little spinny wheel, run off magnets. And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. All right, first thing I'm gonna do on the back side of this thing, there's two screws that hold this bracket, and I think this thing flips up. And so we'll loosen that bracket and see what happens. They're pretty long screws. Another screw on there. Sure that pops out somehow. Alright, well, we got that loose. And this slides out to the back. So you can push this. That's loose. Probably better unplug it. Alright, I believe our next screws are these. Underneath there. It's probably what's holding it on. So let's take them off and find out. To pull this thing all the way off, you've got connector there, one up there, a couple of theirs, and then you can pull this whole unit off. I'm just gonna leave it sit. Here's all your actuators. If those went out, and I think, yeah, this whole thing's coming up now. So I may have to figure out some way to support it, and because I'm sure there's wires going through there. So give me a second. All right, so we just went ahead and unplugged the control panel, and hopefully we'll be able to put that all back together correctly. Looks like I got some water dripping. Get that fixed, and we'll go ahead and pop this up. I had to take off a ground wire right here, and then it looks like this whole thing slides, and I think I can just drop the wire harness down through the hole, and that'll give me the space and stuff I need there, just like that. All right, so I'm not sure if I even needed to take the whole top of that off. I had to empty this out with a bucket, and to get the last part out, you can use your drain hose here, and we'll just put this down on the ground, and gravity will run it out because the drain hose is for this thing down. So we'll get that done right quick. I may have to tip the cup sideways to get more of it out. Okay, now that we got to the bottom of it, here's our water pump, outlet, power line I went in and hooked. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these, looks like 10 millimeters off. We'll pull that line off, and that should pop right out of the bottom of there. And then we'll see if we can't see any damaged or what's going on. I can actually hook up 120 volts to this, where's my finger? This wire right here, and verify it's working too. Be careful though, you get electrocuted. Hose drain off for a second down in there because I don't want any water in my motor, preferably. Probably wouldn't help things out too well. So then we'll get these tins off. All right, so I got my pump out, and we'll go ahead and pull this back cover off. This thing looks exactly the same thing as a fish pump. They just got a little magnet in there, and it makes that thing spin around. So it may just be gippity gooped up in there, hopefully, but we'll find out. I'm gonna pull them Phillips off now. So this had a couple of clips. I had to pop that off. I'm gonna try and pull this out. This is all one solid piece, so hopefully that just comes on out, right? I'll be in trouble. Maybe this is solid, ain't nothing we can do. But, all right, so this thing gets right there, and it's hard to turn. I mean, really hard. It gets pressed in there with that sleeve. There's a little white sleeve in there. I think that whole thing got pressed in there. That's what happened. Popped the clip off right there and got that off. I'm gonna go ahead and
pry up on this and see if it'll pop out that way. So here we go. All right, so with a little bit of prying left and right, this has got a cork on the top. I got it out, and I noticed my magnet here has got, I guess that's grease, but I'm gonna clean all that off and put it back in, see if it spins, and then we'll go from there. All right, got that good and cleaned out. The walls are all good and cleaned, and got this real good and cleaned off. So let's stick it back in there and see if it spins around. All right, just to show you. Spins around real good now. Let's put the pump back on. Figure out how to do it, and we'll go from there. All right, that thing just kind of snapped on there. But she's spinning good now. Hopefully that's all still sealed up, but there's no wires going in there, so even electric magnetism should be okay. Let's put it back together. Now you can really see that that's gonna work great, as long as everything seals back up. All right, got the pump back together. If you're not sure, you can look where your screws went in this plastic thing. The back side's got that big long deal. So let's go ahead and get her mounted back up.
Okay, got the pump mounted back up, my power cable on. Let's, well, first I need to clean all that crap off. Jesus, that's been there for years. All right, these just popped down, so I hammered them down. And then I've got these screws here I gotta put back in. We'll get both of them back in. They had the little flashing or whatever on the side. All right, got my wire harness stuck back in and got my ground wire put back on. And now we'll put on the control face, which I never had to take off to begin with. Rocket scientist. Hopefully I can find all the wires again. All right, got that harness plugged in. I need to work on the other one. And where did all this go? Do y'all remember? That's the question. Let me get these plugged in. All right, looks like we got all our wires hooked up correctly. Oh, got this one. Okay, now we got them all hooked up. I still need to hook up this vacuum line for the sensor. So we'll flip this over and start getting it put back together. And I still got this one too. It goes over here. Okay, now they're all back together. Pretty sure. All right, let's put it back together and see if she works. Okay, this already had soap in all the clothes, so we'll just do a quick wash and see if it'll drain. Oh yeah, very important. Turn on the water. There we go. We'll see what happens. All right, sounds like she's draining now. Thing sounds a little suspicious down there, but it's cleaned out. And we'll see how long it lasts for. But as of right now, it is working. Y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and we're out of here.